Jai Shri Sachidanand. At the lotus feet of Shri Guru Maharaji, I take this opportunity and the privilege of being able to welcome all our participants and viewers to this global awakening journey from all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, as it may be suitable. We have embarked on this journey of spiritual awakening under the guidance of Sri Satpalji Maharaj, who is our spiritual master, a philanthropist, and a social reformer, not only in India, but all across the world. Let me take this opportunity also to let you know, let us not forget that we are fortunate during these times of the pandemic crisis, when the whole world is encompassed by this massive pest, which we may call it so. We have this opportunity to avail of these wonderful experiences of our members of Manav Seva Samiti and our very, very experienced guests who would like to be part of this virtual premier talk. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to all our viewers, and most especially for all those people who have responded to our emails, to our invitations, and have taken out time from their precious moments to be with us. Well, to take the matter forward, and the reason for which we are gathered here, it is essential that we must realize what is that supreme soul, that supreme being, the supreme guidance under which all living beings and non-living creatures prevail on this earth. To give you a further input into that, I would now like to move ahead and invite our first speaker to speak at this moment is Mr. Uttam Giri, a motivational speaker who travels all over Nepal, Bhutan, and India. He is also the chief advisor of Central Youth Body and Mission Education Projects. And I now request Uttam Bhai to please take the stage forward.
Thank you. Namaste to all of you. A very warm good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to be with you all in this wonderful session. I know when we are connected with the cosmic, there is more happiness and there is more beauty. Today, because of the internet, as being in our respective locations at home, we are connected to each other. Most of you are 7 seas away from us. We are away from you. But it's because of the internet we are connected. That's why connectivity is very, very important. So first of all, my condolences to those family, those who have lost their life in this pandemic, COVID-19. Obviously, from the mother's womb, we have started a journey. But we have not been able to realize ourselves who we are. The journey from the mother's womb, we have entered the world. We came to this beautiful creation, but we have forgotten who's the creator. Dear friends, there are two types of awakening. Very simple. One is physical awakening and one is spiritual awakening. Physically, we know everything. We know the intensity of touch. We know the intensity of sadness and sorrow. We have traveled around the world. To meet our parents, to meet our brothers and sisters, we have to travel by spending thousands of money. Even after traveling, even after making a physical journey, we are unstable, we are unhappy. But our saints and sages have urged us to travel within yourself. Why you are not introvert? What you are missing in your life? Human being has been declared as a crown of creation. Why? If you read the philosophy of Buddha, if you read the philosophy of Christ, if you study the philosophy of Ram, Krishna, Guru Nanak, All the masters, they have done their journey. They have started the journey from within. They didn't tell the society to go out. Today we are missing that point. Today we are missing the real art of living. The art of living is not only to eat, drink, and marry, my dear friends. The art of living is not only to make entertainment in life. The most beautiful part, the most beautiful thing that we can do in this life is we can see the light of God within ourselves when we are spiritually awakening. Spiritual awakenment is very, very important right now. Then only there will be instability in the society. Then that's why there is an instability in the society, because we have not been awakened spiritually. If you really want to have a stable society, if you really want to have a stable home, if you really want to have a stable nation in front of us, inward, inner engineering is very, very important, which is only possible with the help of spirituality. I always remember the saying of Einstein, man know thyself. Somebody asks Albert Einstein, Albert, you know so many things in your life. May I know what is the limit of your knowledge? Somebody asked Albert Einstein. If you would have been in my place and if I would have been in my place, I would have said, I know this much, I know that much. But Albert Einstein replied to that person, all I know is that I know nothing. That man was amazed, that man was surprised. And that man asked, what is the reason behind telling that you don't know anything? Albert Einstein gave a very, very beautiful analog. He said, I know my discoveries has been studied around the world. I know my philosophy has been taught in different colleges and universities of the world. But so sad, Albert Einstein have not started the inner journey. I'm incomplete. I have not been able to discover myself. Who am I? The moment I grasp that energy, the moment I face that energy, the moment I trip that energy, yes, that day I will tell the world that I've come to know something in my life. So my dear friends, we are missing something. We believe the creation. Very amazing. We believe the creation. We believe the mountains. We believe the rivers. We believe the jungles. We believe the beautiful scenario of the world. But very amazing, we don't believe the creator. If he has done the creation, he must be within the creation. It is a very simple analog that if you peel the orange, the seeds of the orange are not outside the orange. The seeds of the orange are within orange. The seeds of the apple are within apple. Exactly the power which is within you and me, the sustaining the entire ecosystem, is not outside. It is though it is outside. It is controlling entire world. The entire world has been sustained by that energy. But my dear friends, let's introspect. Let's learn the real art of living. That's why I believe in one philosophy. Live in this world not by being of the world. Live in this world by being of the God. It's very, very important. Today, after becoming a very educated person, after we have achieved so many things in our life, still the most unhappiest creatures in the world is human being. Why? Because we have not been able to make a journey within. That's why inner journey is very, very important. And if you really want to know the inner journey, if you really want to know the real reality of life, my dear friends, you need to have a spiritual master. You need to have a guidance. Example, a small child, when leaves a mother's hand in the carnival, the small child will start crying. Until and unless the child doesn't leave the mother's hand, the entire carnival is like a heaven for that child. He can buy anything, she can play any sort of games. But the moment the child feels that I can be alone in this carnival, and because of that ego, if the child leaves the mother's hand, the entire carnival happens to be a hell for that child. Exactly, this is happening with us. We came to this world and finally we forgot that point by whom we are sustaining. We need to search the creator. That's why knock at the door shall be open unto you. If you will seek, then only you will find. My dear friends, we have not been able to knock the door. We have been to the temples, we have been to the mosque, we have been to the Gurudwara. After reaching the journey, after making the journey to the religious place, why people are still unhappy? People are going for the pilgrimages to a lot of places. People are going so many places for the pilgrimages. But why there is an incident happening? The pilgrimage's entire bus has been felled out in the river. The people, those who were traveling to Haridwar, has been found dead. Why? Because we are limited to our journey. We are limited to our search. We have to go within. Introspection is very, very important. That's why we have to go to the temples. I don't mean to say that we should stop going to the temples. I don't mean to say that we should stop going to the church. We have to go. But my dear friends, it is like a milestone. If I have to travel from Bombay to Delhi by a car, I see a milestone on the way. My dear friends, that milestone is not a Bombay. That milestone is a stone that's showing me the way. That Bombay is 230 kilometers far away from you. But what we are doing right now, I'm getting out of the bus and I'm hugging that stone, that milestone, thinking that stone is a Bombay. This is the biggest mistake we are doing right now. The stone is showing us the way. Bombay is still 230 kilometers away from you. If you follow the milestone and if you reach the 0 point, you reach the destination. Exactly, my dear friends. It's not that much far. We have entered everything, but we have to enter the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is not in the blue sky. It's not in the blue sky that you see every morning. In the Bible, it's written, the kingdom of heaven is within yourself. And if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, you need to hold the hands of the spiritual master of a time. That's why. Please seek. Please knock the door. We have forgotten everything. That's why human being as one of the most beautiful creation, my dear friends. And it is a bitter truth. One day we have to leave this world. The millionaire will leave this world. The poorest people of the world will leave this world. The Christian will leave the world. Buddhist will leave the world. Hindus will leave the world. Everyone, we have to leave this world one day. But why we have come to this world? Just to eat, drink and marry? Just to make a relationship with some people? Just to make some noise in the society? Why? Let's do something for the nation. Let's do something for our life. And let's give a good impression to the children, those who are coming in front of you, for the coming generation. What type of impression you want to give? That's why religion is realization of God. We have missed the point. We have understood Hinduism is a religion. Christianity is a religion. Buddhism is a religion. It is not a religion. It is a sect, S-E-C-T-S. Because Swami Vivekananda was asked in America, Chicago, when he went for the World Religious Conference, Naren, you have come from India. You are an Indian monk, Swami Vivekananda. Can you define religion? He was asked. Narendra did not give. Swami Vivekananda did not answer for 1 hour. Swami Vivekananda did not 20 minutes. Stated, for you people, what is religion? I don't know. But for us, but for Swami Vivekananda, religion means realization of God. My dear friends, every one of you can realize that energy, irrespective of caste, irrespective of color. Religion doesn't have any color. Religion doesn't have any boundary. It is beyond boundary. It is beyond time. It is beyond political boundaries. But you have to accept the truth. That's why somebody asks Buddha Bhagwan, I need happiness. Lord Buddha said, remove that I. And secondly, he said, remove that desire. The moment that person removed that I and desire, happiness was left out. Peace was left out within himself. So today we are blocking that happiness. It's because of our ego, because of the desire. My dear friends, we have to remove the desire and we have to remove that I. The moment we remove that ego and desire, happiness is within ourselves. That energy is within ourselves. That's why simply closing the eyes is not a meditation. Simply closing the eyes is not a meditation. We need to have the target. We need to have the object of meditation. That's why just going to the bus park, just going to the airport, I will not get a chance. I cannot tell that in any plane I can enter, in any flight I can enter and I can make a journey. No, I need to have the ticket. I should know my destination where I'm flying. If I'm traveling by bus, I should know where I'm going. But today what is happening with us? We don't know where we are going. One man was in a camel and somebody asked him, my dear friends, where you are going? The person who was on the camel said, I don't know where the camel takes me, I will go. He didn't know he was going. But that man said, who was asking the question said, you need to know where you are going. Your destination is very important. That's why to know the destination of life, to know the destiny of this life, my dear friends, introspection and inner engineering is very, very important. That is only possible when we take the help of spirituality. The study of the soul. Actually, what is spirituality? Our coming generation has been misunderstood what is spirituality. By putting a big tika, by putting a different type of clothes, by keeping a long, long hair is not spirituality. No. Spirituality is a journey that starts within yourself and it's end within yourself. It is a journey that it should start within yourself. Because if you see the history of the masters, all the masters, they have studied, they have understood that journey within himself, they have started the journey within themselves. Then they told the entire world that real essence of life is within yourself. That seed is within yourself. That's why let's understand the seed. I still remember one small story in Assam. In Garo Hills, the people threw the apple, threw the orange. They didn't like the taste of the orange. And a person from a city went to that place and he saw the oranges spreading over the road. In the drains, in the areas, in the roads, and everywhere the oranges were spelled out. And he was shocked. In our country, the rate of the oranges are 500 rupees per kg. But in this place, the oranges are spelled out on the road. A city man asked a villagers, why in your place the oranges has been spread out on the road? Is that it has been thrown out? The villagers person said, we don't like the taste of the orange. And the city man asked, let me say, how do you eat? The village boy went up to the tree and he took one orange from there. He plucked one orange from there and he started biting the orange with that cover part. He forgot to peel that. And the person from the city came to know that they don't know how to eat orange. And the person from the city taught, this is not the way of eating the orange. You have to throw the outer part of the orange and you have to eat the inner sense of the orange. And the moment that man taught the villagers to eat the orange, from that day in that Garo Hills, the people came to know the beauty of oranges and they started doing the business of the orange. This is happening with you and me. We are limited to the temples. We are limited to the chanting of the mantras. We are limited to the big congregations and all. We sing so many devotional songs, but we have not understood the essence of the bhajan. That's why I want all of you to understand the essence of life. That seed is within yourself. If I tell you to make a small art, if I tell you to make a small picture of any mountains, after when you draw the mountains picture, after when you finish your drawing, you will write art by Uttam Giri. If I draw something, I will write my name. In a small picture, if I happen to write my name, my dear friends, won't you believe that the creator is within the creation? Where is the creator? Do you feel that he is out of the creation? If he has created this beautiful world, if he has created these beautiful human beings, he should be within us. He should be in our heart. And to see that power and to experience that energy, we have to have a spiritual vision. We have to go to the spiritual master of our time. That's why I request you all. This is the first show. This is the first program that we have initiated for the people, those who are the seekers of truth. A real person, a real intelligent person do not arise any questions. They will just find a way to their life and they will realize themselves perfect realization towards friends. I request you all, knock the door of your heart, not of the temples. And the moment you knock, the door shall be open unto you. Somebody is there to open the door. So I request you all, let's be a part of this beautiful country. Let's be a part of this beautiful world. And let's explore ourselves. Then only we can explore our society. And only make a place where we are living as a heaven. Now what is happening in the world? There's a misunderstanding. Everywhere there is a chaos. The people are fighting with each other in the name of religions, in the name of property. Why? Only one reason. We have not understood spirituality. It is because of the ignorance. Lord Buddha After becoming Buddha, he went to the palace. And you know, the first knowledge he gave to the people of that place was not spiritual knowledge. He assembled everyone. He called all the people from the kingdom. And in the evening time, he said, please don't sacrifice your family. Please don't sacrifice your mother, father, your property, your children, your society. You don't have to sacrifice anything. Please sacrifice ignorance. One of the biggest disease, one of the biggest virus, ignorance. Because of this ignorance, we have not been able to understand the beauty of human life. My dear friends, when we remove the mirror of ignorance, when we remove the mirror of ego, spirituality is in front of you. The beauty of that spirituality is within you. Let's collect that. Let's make a life more beautiful. Thank you so much for listening to me. In the days to come, we will experience a more satsang to all of you. This is first start from a small core team. And definitely the world is going to a very dangerous stage. Definitely after bad times, good times will come. After every action has equal and opposite reaction. Now there is a destruction. Obviously in the days to come, there is a construction. But to construct that beautiful society, to construct that beautiful world, we all have to go hand in hand. I cannot do alone anything. You cannot do alone anything. So we have to assemble together. We have to make this world a beautiful place to live in. Thank you so much for listening to me. God bless to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uttam Bhai. Thank you for those very, very inspirational words, giving us the chance, the opportunity to introspect into our own selves so that we may be able to identify the reason as to why we are here on earth and who are we, or rather, who am I? And in order to instill this realization amongst all human beings, I'm probably not wrong if I say that it starts at a very tender age. And to take you forward on that, let me introduce you to our 5-year-old wonder, Dritika Pradhan, grade 1 student of Woodstock High School, Sombaria, Sikkim. She comes forward with a devotional song that extols the glorification of the pervading, omniscient superpower that exists in every speck of the universe. We may know that supreme power by various names as Ishwar, Allah, God, but which is that supreme power which pervades each and every human being and every other materialistic and immaterial part in this world? So let's hear it now for Dritika Pradhan, a 5-year-old singing wonder.
Guru Maharaji ki jai. अलग है नाम मालिक सबका एक है अलग है नाम सतगुरु महाराज की जय
Thank you, little one, Drishti. That was a really, really inspirational one for all of us to get inspired from. Well, now to proceed further with today's event, I would now like to bring forth to you an inspirational speaker from New York, Audrey Fowler, who is a health and wellness advocate. She's also the coordinator of New York weekly Manav Dharam virtual spiritual programs. She has founded the Total Body Awareness Program for children at Montessori schools and is now using the art of dance as a healing modality for young and the elderly. Audrey Fowler, the platform is yours.
Greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. It's a joy to be able to connect with everyone. Welcome to this incredible opportunity that we are having to commune with each and every one of us in this moment of time, which is a very unprecedented moment, but at the same time, it's the most amazing time because we are becoming conscious, we are becoming aware, we are wakening up as to the purpose of our life. There are so many questions that we have, and when we were living our daily activity, our daily life, waking up, going to work, sending kids to school, making a living, preparing and taking care of everything else, we became like automatic machines, and we were doing everything just by doing it. And then suddenly, the whole world, with no exception, was put into a complete stillstand. And everything that we always used to do, suddenly we couldn't do anymore. And because we couldn't do it anymore, we were like thrown in a place that we have never experienced before. In a place that we had so much energy left because the mind somehow is always engaged in the activities that we do. Like we're recording this program, our mind is our recorder. It records every single thing that we do in the day, so much so that it goes on automatic pilot. If we wake up, before we even think about it, we already are in the car driving to work or shopping. We already have done all these things, not even aware of it. But in this time, when we are suddenly taken away from all these external activities, physical external activities, we have to sitting alone, sitting in the house, having to be able to manage our confinement, struggle, actually face the power of the mind. The mind suddenly becomes like, it can become a huge hindrance or an incredible blessing. Because we as human beings, we all have a purpose. We all came here to achieve the true experience of who our Creator is. And we all forget the moment we are born, we, innocent as we are, with completely equipped, we're not able to communicate. So our parents, with so much love, they give us a name, they welcome us in their home, they share their culture, they teach us how to walk, how to talk, how to eat, all these things. And we slowly but surely get spoiled externally and get more externalized. And we become familiar with our environment and we feel that this is our home. And then we start becoming more familiar with who we are as the human being, meaning mostly the body. We recognize our own face because we see it in the mirror, we see it on the picture, and we think that is us. And so our automatic life just keeps going on and on, and we don't even understand that there is a power behind us, within us, that is activating us. It's like when you have a new cell phone, it comes completely fully equipped. It has an inside battery, right? So when you turn it on, you have to kind of know all the different availabilities of that machine so you could use it. Some people only use it to send the message and to make a phone call, while for others, it becomes their office. It becomes their everything. They connect just by buttons the whole world. This human body is beyond this cell phone, is beyond the most sophisticated computer that there is. The brain that we have is so well equipped that we can actually, by sitting here, travel the universe and back. Only if we know how. Only if we know how, then will we be able to do it. So most of the time, something has to happen for us to start on this quest as to who we are. What do we really want to do? What are we here for? And how to manage, how to become. And this quest right now has happened globally with every single person in this world. This has never happened before. And so it is so very important that we are able to communicate with these people and let them know you're not alone. We are our brother's keepers. If we know something, share it. You see, there is a saying, if the life is like a pie, right? Like a flat circle, and you're the center. And everything that you know in the pie is like 15 degrees of the pie, of the whole pie. What do you know? You know you're a human being, you know you're alive, you know your name, you know your family, you know your credentials, you know everything of that area. The other area is about, I would say, maybe 25%, the things that we do know, we don't know. Like we know we cannot fly a plane. We know that, okay? And unless we are a dentist, we know we cannot pull somebody's teeth. We know that. And unless we are from that certain particular country with that language, we don't speak that language. We know we don't speak that language. So the things that we don't know is also very obvious. And then comes the rest of the pie. The rest of the pie is the things that we do not know that we do not know. We have no clue that it existed. How is that? But that's how we're living. We're living in that small pie of the things that we know and the things that we accept that we don't know. But we never go for the quest of what is the unknown that we don't know and how can that happen? Most of the time, this happens by a spark. And that spark is you become inspired. You become inspired to do something, to learn something. And the amazing thing is that the moment that spark comes, the universe responds. You will then be put in connection with any and everything that will assist you in this journey. You see? And when you felt that, oh, I wanted to know more about myself, I wanted to know the reason of my existence. If you go back, you will find that there were suddenly situations and people in your life that came and did that. And the same thing is now. Right now you're here because that spark came in you as to, I need to know more. I need to understand more. And so to know the unknown, you need a pointer. You would be sitting next to a plant and you love the color of it and you love the way it looks. And you had no idea that that was a healing plant until somebody who knows about this plant and who knows that it's a healing herb can tell you, oh, this is a beautiful plant. Let's say Tulsi. Tulsi is very venerated in all cultures. And you had no idea you had a Tulsi plant. And then the person who has knowledge of plants and herbs can explain to you not only that it's important, but also how to use it. And then you could then put it in your system and apply it into your life. So it is so important for us to have a pointer, to have an indicator, to have one person that can point us to the things that we don't know. We do know that we exist. we do know that we have a body. We do know that we have a mind. We also do know that we have a heart, because we are created with all those things. God gave us our own body, our personal mind, our personal heart, and our own soul. And we nourish the body. We know everything about the body. We nourish the mind. We start going to school. We start educating ourselves. We get master's degrees in this and that. We bring the mind in such external extravaganza as far-fetched as possible. But we have no idea what the mind is and the power of the mind, of this gift, of this tool that we have received. See, if right now I ask you, if you just remember the one celebration that you had, the time that you were very young, that everybody in the family celebrated, and that special meal that was cooked that time, that same moment right now, you are already there. You could smell the food, you could see the people, you could hear the laughter, you could feel the joy, and that's so fast the mind is. The mind just went there. You cannot tie the mind. The mind just goes through wall, through space, through everything. What is the mind? If you have a magnet, right? The magnet attracts everything, but the magnet has a magnetic field. And the magnetic field is what pulls everything else around it. Scientists have now discovered that our heart has a magnetic pull from 500 miles, that when we centered and concentrate the energy in our heart, we can connect that far and that much. The mind is like the magnetic field of our soul. It goes out and it attracts every single thing that we are interested in. And so it is an incredible gift. It is a gift that the specialty of it is that it can manage the world, but it can also connect with God. And that's the part that we don't have. That's the part that we need to be pointed to. That's the part. It's like if you have two legs and you only use one, then you will be walking crooked. And you will be taxing the one leg, and the other leg is like becoming weak. If the one leg is the world, and the other leg is the spiritual part, then we have to have balance. We have to nourish both. We have to become acquainted as much as we are with the worldliness, with the manifestation of that which is in the world, as also our leg. So we have to develop and understand the power of our mind, and we have to be able to open our heart. We have to be able to understand that within our heart, that's where we reside. The we, who we call the soul, the person. And when the person knows itself, that's the only time that the person can be self-realized. And for that, as a human being, that is the first grace we receive. The second grace is any kind of introduction to religion and spirituality. The third grace is when you're able to connect with those that can guide you into that spiritual journey, that can connect you with that spirituality, that can connect you with that power within you. Some call it source, some call it divine entity, other call it God. There's many, many, many names for this divine, powerful energy that we want to connect to. And so the last grace is self-effort. Self-effort means you make the effort to know something. And to understand that, you have to realize that even that self-effort is from within, is the power of God within you. So the moment you listen to your spark, to your inspiration, to your activity, to wanting to know something, understand that's the power of God talking to you. And as a human being, we can know God. We can talk to God. We can have a personal connection with God. And that personal connection with God is actually the purpose of our life, to meet our Creator and enjoying his glorious manifestation and creation, also be able to serve him. So I am deeply, deeply grateful to be able to be here to let you know and share with you that we are here for any one of you that have any questions, that would like to know more about how to become more engaged and more focused into spirituality. And we are very, very happy to have this opportunity to share with you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey ji. Thank you very much for those very, very invigorating words that expresses all your vast experiences that you have felt, gone through, and have been able to disseminate among so many of us. Well, now, as we move on, I would now like to present before you Dr. Trishila Gurung. Dr. Trishila, who is a doctor by profession, as the name suggests, she's also a rising singing personality in Nepal and a voice to reckon with among the youth. She comes forward with a devotional song in which the poet tries to express her desire to see the inherent being encompassing the entire world in one smile and one harmony. Trishila Gurung, the floor is yours.
Jai Shri Tandan, everyone. Shri Guru Maharaji ki Jai. इच्छा मेरो एउटै छ एउटै भगवान इच्छा मेरो एउटै छ एउटै भगवान सबको मुखमा देखूं मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान जहाँ हेरु देखियोस् फुलको बगैँचा जो भेटिनी प्यारो होस् मारम गलेचा जहाँ हेरु देखियोस् फुलको बगैँचा मैले टिक्ने बाटो होस् नरम गलेचा जो भेटिनी प्यारो होस् मलाई मै समान मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान सासी पिछिलीमा आनन्द गोरा इति बुझ्नु जिन्दगी आनन्द हो बस सास फेरि आनन्द रस इति बुझनु जिंदगी आनंद हो बस आनंदे होस्त्यो बिना छोमा आनंदे होस्चुन बिना छोरुमा यो प्राण मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान इच्छा मेरो एउटै छ एउटै भगवान इच्छा मेरो एउटै छ एउटै भगवान सबको मुखमा देखो मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान मीठो मुस्कान श्री सद्गुरुदेव महाराज की जय
Thank you, Trishila Baini, for that wonderful, melodious rendition of the powerful words of a poet who wishes to see the whole world unified as one smile that bears across, that crosses all barriers, whether they are geographical, physiological, psychological, or what may come in the way. Thank you very much once again. And now, as we move towards the fag end of our event today, I would now like to hand over this platform to Mahatma Vyoma Baiji, a realized soul who has pledged all her living years in pursuit of brotherhood of mankind and the realization of the soul under the sole guidance of Sri Satpalji Maharaj, a very eminent member of Manav Seva Samiti. Mahatma Vyoma Baiji, the platform is yours.
It was nice meeting you all, you people. And since 1 hour, I am listening to thoughts of all the participants. First, Uttam Giri, and next, Audrey. So everyone expressed their thoughts with nice words and simple language. And spirituality is something, it's a long journey. We have to experience spirituality throughout our life. In simple words, Audrey explained how our mind works and the possibilities of our mind. We have not yet fully discovered the hidden secrets of mind. That point I like very much. And to discover the hidden secrets of our mind, we will have to go deeper. We will have to be introvert. The bhajan was also very beautiful bhajan, and the young child also sang very beautifully. And it is very soul refreshing bhajan. So Andre's thoughts are to be thought upon, that we have to discover ourselves. We are all part of this nature. Each individual, each human being. Nature is one big book, and we are all the pages of that book. So when we experience spirituality, when we experience different aspects of spirituality in our lives, our page is written, and then someone else, when we discuss our experiences with somebody else in the group of premis, devotees, they also gain knowledge from that. They also get some insight from our experiences. It helps them. That's why in ancient times, saints and Mahatmas of India and abroad also and all the world. In India, what all the saints like Kabir Das ji and Tulsi Das ji, all the saints, what they said, they knew the importance of discussions. All the saints gather at a place. When all the saints used to gather and discuss God, they called it Hari Charcha. They called it Satsang. So Hari Charcha is very important in our lives because when we discuss God, we remember God. When we discuss God, it increases our love for God. When we share our experiences with each other, it increases our love and devotion in God. It increases our faith. So we have to discuss like this. We are doing this Hari Charcha. It's online Hari Charcha, or we can say it is virtual satsang. And so that with changing times, the type of Hari Charcha, the form of Hari Charcha has taken a new turn. And in old times, in ancient times, all the saints used to gather under some bodhi tree or some peepal tree or under the roof of a temple, and they used to discuss experiences. And such type of experiences are discussed in Upanishads also. Actually, Upanishads were written according to the experience of the devotees. The Guru and Shishya used to discuss spirituality, and that discussions were written down as Upanishads. So this is the same process we are going through. We are discussing our experiences in spirituality. If you have any new day-to-day life, if you have any experience, please share it with each other. There are many occasions when we experience spirituality in our lives. The grace of Guru Maharaji, we experience this every moment, every day, every time in our life. We experience the grace of Guru Maharaji. There are simple examples to experience that grace. We don't have to say that I was sitting in meditation and then I experienced a huge light or something unexpected I experienced, because it may not happen so early. It will need a lot of concentration, a persistent efforts to sit in meditation for a long time in the calmness of night or in the morning. Then we can only experience some deep experience in meditation. But in outside world, we can experience the grace and the love of God. Every time we can experience it. In these troubled times of pandemic, when I went to the window and see the view outside, the nature, when I saw the nature was so happy. The birds were singing and the sky was blue. The sun was rising. The nature is the same. What has changed? We human beings have changed our minds. We have disturbed ourselves with this materialistic world. And when all the materialistic world has come to stand still, the nature is in his full glory and calm. We can find peace in nature. When I saw sun rising, I bowed to sun and said, now everybody is so in a distance now. All the people are away. We are very few people inside ashram. And if I need someone, or if anything falls, any problem arises, who is there? I call for help. Oh Surya Devta, you are my help. And I felt that Surya Devta's grace is coming to me. I felt that Mother Earth's grace coming to me. And similarly, Guru Maharaji gave us the knowledge of God within us. So we can feel that grace each and every moment if we meditate, if we do Sumiran, we remember Him. Because there is one experiment I think I always think upon one experience. It is a quantum physics experiment. There is a double slit experiment, very famous experiment in quantum physics, when a particle was bombarded, a beam of particle was bombarded on a cardboard with two slits. What was expected was that scientists were expecting to see a wave pattern. But when they were observing, they saw wave pattern. And when there was nobody observing, then the pattern was a line. So how is it possible that a single element, a single particle will bombard and form a wave pattern when two particles should form a wave pattern? So it is amazing that one particle behaving as a two particles. And when somebody is observing, it is behaving differently. And when somebody is not observing, it is behaving in another way. So each and every particle is somehow, we can say that it is conscious of everyone around. A particle, a small particle of an atom. We are also made up of all the particles. And each and every particle of our body is aware of who is observing us. So we have to understand how, when we say that God is omnipresent, it is like this. God is omnipresent and everywhere and inside us. And all the particles are also aware of God. So we have to understand that unknown. Just like what Andre said, the third part of that pie is that we don't know what we don't know. So slowly and eventually, if we start meditating, we will start to understand what we don't know. And it will fill our hearts with great joy and happiness. And the more we meditate, the more we understand the grace of Guru Maharaji. The more we understand Guru Maharaji, how Guru Maharaji is as a person, his personality, nobody can understand his behavior. Nobody can understand Guru Maharaji unless he meditates himself. The deeper he will go, the more he will know of Guru Maharaji. And finally, what he will know, that Guru Maharaji is that vibration which is vibrating inside our hearts. So I would like to thank all the members that they have joined this meeting with so much interest, and the interest in the Hari Charcha is very necessary, and this will slowly develop us by sharing our experiences with each other. So what I found interesting about spirituality is that when all the people are getting depressed, anxious, and troubled by these times, everyone is missing their parties, their marketing, everybody is missing everything else, hotels. Everybody is very unhappy to found restricted in the boundaries of their homes. But a devotee, Guru Maharaji's devotee or a premi, and even Mataji said that this is the time we have got for to ourselves. We can concentrate on ourselves now. and to this is the time to listen to satsang, to read good books, to practice meditation, to discuss spirituality. This is the time we are all in this. We even since we joined this organization, Guru Maharaji taught us to be alone, to be away from the worldly matters. And we have left all the materialistic long before this lockdown. It was always a lockdown for us, even since last many years. We joined this ashram and this organization. We were already locked down from the materialistic world. So there is nothing new for us. It is just we have got all the practice for this all these years. So now the whole world is learning to be away in solitude. Our Rishi Munis, why they went to mountains and caves to find the solitude, to be lonely, to concentrate, they went to high mountains. But now we have our rooms, we can stay inside and find that solitude. And slowly I have found that people are really into the spirit, turning their minds towards spirituality. Many people who were busy with their lives, just like Andre said, since morning into still night, they were busy. And now nobody is busy with nothing. So what we have to do, what we can do? People are now started getting introvert. Many people are sending such messages, such quotes. When you read WhatsApp, the messages say everything about the mentality, now changing mentality of people. Now people have started thinking about the purpose of their lives. All those unnecessary clusters of life have vanished. The unnecessary time pass of life has just vanished. What is left is we and our solitude. So what we can do with this time? We can go deeper. And one day when the vibration of devotees will increase, when everybody will start meditating, and this meditation will increase our immunity also. When our immunity will increase with meditation, I think that virus, we will be able to fight the virus within our body itself without any medication, and without any vaccine. I think by the power of spirituality and meditation, we will develop that immunity. Even Maharaji said that this kind of pandemic is a kind of devil, like a Rakta Bij. He said a Rakta Bij was a demon, and he used to spread with each and every droplets of his blood. But Mata Kali came forward to fight this demon, and she took all the drops of his blood in a khappar, in a bowl, and drank it all, and she never let the drops to spread. And finally the Rakta Bij was killed. So this kind of pandemics are, in our ancient time they used to call it demonic. So kind of Satan. So to fight the negative energies, we have to increase our positive energy. And to increase the positive energy, first of all, we must all have faith in Guru Maharaji's lotus feet. We must have faith in this spiritual knowledge. We must have faith in saints. We must have faith in devotees. Because in Ramayana also, it is said that if you are a true lover of God, if you are a true devotee, then you will find happiness talking with another devotee. And if you dislike another devotee, then you are not a real lover of God. You are not a real devotee. So we must all love each other. Maybe we are far apart from each other by thousands of miles, but the same experience of soul. We are one in the experience of soul. So we are all brothers and sisters. We are all from the Hans Vansh. So we must keep these discussions, keep on this effort to bring peace and happiness in the world. And I thank you all the members to let me have some time. And I really, my English is not so fluent because I got no practice since long. I have been in the regions where there was no English at all. So you will pardon me for my incorrect words, or so I thank you all to let me talk in this meeting. Good night.
Thank you, Baiji. Thank you for those enriching words, words of your wisdom, which have poured forth straight from your heart. And now I would request Audrey ji to kindly initiate the conclusion prayer. Audrey ji, I request you to kindly initiate the conclusion prayer for the event.
Okay,
And
everybody
for all
can-
our viewers, you may access the prayer right there in the chat box. We will follow you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, please join in this prayer. It is a very old prayer in Hindi, and we translate it into the English. And it's a prayer to all the Almighty, to the divine essence that is within us, that is through the whole energy, the whole creation. And we are expressing our gratitude and our veneration to it. Thank you. You are my mother, and you are
my father,
my brother,
brother,
you are my friend. You are riches, you are wisdom, for my all, my Lord to me. You are my all, you are my all, for my all, Lord to me. Bless. Thank you.
During this solemn moment of the pandemic that's happening all around us, let us take 2 minutes of these precious moments to dedicate to all the deceased souls. May their eternal souls rest in peace. Let's dedicate 2 minutes of silence in a silent, inherent prayer. Shri Guru Maharaji ki jai. Thank you. Thank you. A very big thank you for all our participants, for all our viewers or our invitees and all our guests who have joined us today in this very, very eventful event. A thought for us to take away, a thought for us to remember always, the reason why we are in existence on this earth, and the valuable intakes that we get from today's event. We hope it will bring forth hope and growth among all of us. For those of you who are new additions in this virtual program, let me explain to you this greeting that I said in the very beginning, Jai Shri Sachidanand. This indicates the greeting that there is this super soul, the superpower inherent in all living beings, material or immaterialistic. It is in the form of Sat Chit Anand, which is truth, consciousness, and bliss. To experience this ultimate truth, this ultimate reality, is the reason why we are here on this earth. For those of you who would like to put forth more queries, would like to know more about this institution, would like to know more about our spiritual master, please do have a look at the chat box right there in front of you. There are various links for Facebook and other forms of social media. We also have our email address there. Surely you can contact us through those email addresses. Do watch our virtual programs that are coming up almost every day all around the world in various quarters and various forms. Thank you once again for being with us and making this event a successful one. Jai Shri Sachidanand.